Hello and welcome to a video in between proper videos. A little while ago I offhandedly mentioned wanting to make a really stupidly overcomplicated Hello World program, and I had a spare 5 minutes recently and was able to do so here it is. For those of you who've somehow ended up on a video about programming without knowing what a Hello World program is, it's a quick and easy bit of code that someone might write while starting out with a new programming language because it allows you to get used to printing stuff out to the console. And it usually looks something like this. The language I'm using here is Python, and it's what everything in this video will be using, but I am playing around with doing it in C++ and C# too, so you can see that in the GitHub. Anyway, you can see here that when I run this, it just spits out hello world into the console and ends. It's not very exciting really, it's quick, it's neat, it's efficient, I want to do something stupider. So instead, I'm going to run my brute program and give it the message hello world. You can see it sort of spins for a minute or so, before eventually brute forcing out whatever text gets passed in this case, hello world. You can also pass in files, which it reads as input to. Here you can see I write the word file into a file and pass that in so it spits it out. It's just a neat way of demonstrating it. This was really good fun. It works as follows. So to start off with, it takes two command line arguments, the first of which is the flag and the second is the message. It reads the first argument as a string and assigns it as flag. If that flag is -m, it knows it's taking a message, and so it just reads the second flag as a string and passes that into the brute. If the flag is -f, it's reading a file, so there's a little more to be done. First, it reads the second argument as a string, and that's the file name. It opens that file and then reads all of the text in it. It strips away any leading or trailing white space and deletes any new line characters, and then takes that processed text and passes it into the brute. The brute works by constructing two lists. The first is a list of all the characters in the message which were passed in, and then it creates a second list of empty strings which is the same length as the first list. Then, while I is less than the length of the target list, it chooses a random number between 32 and 126 and converts it into the corresponding Unicode character. It checks if that character is the same as the corresponding character in the first list, and if it is, it increments I and moves on to the next character. Every time it does this, it prints whatever character it's working with onto the end of the string it's writing out into the terminal, but without a new line character, so it never pushes onto the next line and has to rewrite everything again. It then just deletes that character when it's not correct. It waits for a fifth of a second and then goes around again. Once it's finished, it prints a new line character right at the very end so that the prompt doesn't wipe it out, and finishes. Overall, it's quick, it's dirty, it's simple, but I'm still not sure I fully have my head wrapped around lines 13 and 14. The more complicated stuff in the Python print function doesn't click with me, so I'm going to have to keep working on it. Hopefully it'll make sense once I finish translating over to C# and C++ and have a bit more of a frame of reference from other languages. But anyway, because I'm working on that translation, the GitHub page for this project will still see a bit of activity from time to time, but the logic won't really change, so this video will continue to work as an explanation. This was just a little in-betweeny video to explain what I've been up to, and also so that I've got something to put on my website. It's a long story. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.